Hey everyone, it's Matt C, and it's a free comic book day, and I had no idea. I was just I woke up this morning. I was working on Kyrie, my comic, last night, pretty late, and I just woke up and I just felt like uh, hitting up that local comic book shop. I haven't done it in a little bit, and geez, man, I just walk up and there's teenagers and Avengers outfits and the store's packed. They're giving me raffle tickets, and I'm thinking, like, I mean, the way the health of the industry is right now, I'm like, are we here for it's like a going out of business thing. I mean, that's kind of terrible to say, but I mean, I guess I gave them $30 today, and a lot of people were buying stuff in addition to getting that free stuff. So maybe they're doing all right. But it was, I mean, what a day to go in. There were a lot of cool number ones. I'm going to be getting to this. We're doing Cage today. Oh my gosh, by Genndy Tartakovsky. Bit of a cold take on his 2016 run. Doing number one on that. But we'll be doing the number ones for the Star Wars stuff that came out. It's also May the 4th today, which is cool. So be doing that. Oh man, isn't that? I just picked this up. It was 50 cents. Remember when like 10 years ago, I used to go to the comic book shop. There would be all this stuff that like kind of looks like, you look at it for half a second, and you're like, oh man, so like Iron Man's doing something, and if you blink twice, you miss that it's not Iron Man. But I mean, Knight and Squire, that's a cool idea. I might review this. If it's good or really bad, I'll check it out and do a review. I'm kind of excited about takes like that, and I'm definitely excited about the Star Wars stuff. Yeah, I got a lot of things to say about that, but this is what got me. This is the first thing when I saw this. I was just kind of rifling through their unsorted stuff, and I saw Cage. Which I kind of like. I kind of like the show. I'm not a big Marvel DC guy. Like, superheroes just don't particularly cut it for me. They never have. It's usually been the stuff that used to get me excited. Oh, and I think it still does. But man, Genndy. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Genndy Tartakovsky, was he like a Russian immigrant to like Philadelphia or Chicago? I think he was like an East Coast guy. Kind of grew up scrappy, like city urban life. Didn't have a great portfolio, but somehow like idea manned his way into the cartoon industry, the late 90s, early 2000s, and changed the game. I don't know, like some of you guys, you might be too old or too young to have been tuning into Cartoon Network around that time, but Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, there were a couple other things. Oh, Samurai Jack, I think that was before both of those. Game changers. There's so few people that can single-handedly change the cartoon industry, and I mean, and he's one of them. He's a living legend. Like, I think he went on to go do Hotel Transylvania, which I think was okay for the first one. I don't know. I don't know how many people saw the second one because it never heard from it again. I mean, this is just 2016. Like, I don't know. Maybe he feels like he's getting back to his roots in a way by being an artist on a Marvel comic instead of a big time showrunner or film director. But I mean, I'm assuming he's still just as good as he was in 2016. He changed things then. I think he can still change things. He's incredible. I don't like. Could SpongeBob have gotten away being SpongeBob without Genndy first being Genndy? I really don't think so. You're probably gonna see why. I don't know if you don't know about it. So one of the things I like about comics, and it's something that I really dig with Star Wars too, is drilling down into a time period and a culture, and then also drilling into the I guess like how pop culture has reflected on that particular time, place, and culture throughout the years. And so he kind of, oh my gosh, look at these. It's the bank rollers. Oh my gosh, like this stuff. This gets me excited. Like I'm all about New York. I love, like, I guess it's cool to like how New York used to be kind of a trash pit in the 70s into the 80s, because it's not anymore. So it's like safe to like how unsafe it used to be. I'm pretty sure the bank rollers were rolling around then, but it's you know, like I get obsessed about this stuff. I found Beat Street like a year ago, and I watched that thing like 3 times. All about it, man. This is, I mean, it's so incredible. Like, this is the thing about Genndy, his, and I'm talking about, like, Genndy wrote this thing. Stephen DeStefano and Scott. You guys tell me. I mean, this is how out of it I am with stuff of this sort. I mean, he drew it. I know he drew it. Did this guy write it? Man, I should have done some prep. But it's, I mean, whoever wrote it, he's basically writing like Genndy. He's writing like it's Powerpuff Girls. This is like, this is incredible. So this Joker is trying to like smooth talk Cage into letting him out of his cage, so that he can tell him some news about where the cops are. And Cage literally pulls this guy out of the jail, leaves his clothes behind inside the jail, and this guy's standing, he's literally hanging by his neck, nude, while he's being interrogated, and then tossed back in. Of course he keeps his cap. It's brilliant. It's so fun. I love every second of it. You know, you get like a nice you know, X-Men cameo. It's nice to see Genndy draw X-Men. I mean, he can draw anything. But when he draws stuff, he makes me want to read it, and he makes me want to spend money. He makes, like, I guess I was more into X-Men in the 90s growing up as a kid, like, just because, you know, the cartoon was on. It was particularly big back then. I was never a huge fan. I mean, Cyclops, I guess I liked him more than most, but I've never gone on my way to buy X-Men comics. I would buy this. What was it? There was just one more place. I can't show everything. What? Gravity hurts, sucker. So does exercise. It's beautiful. Like, you just have to go 100% with comics, especially with periodicals of this sort. I really think you got to push things to the limit to get people excited. Genndy never doesn't push things to the limit. Oh my gosh, this is so great. It just reminds me, isn't Samurai Jack? Samurai Jack had a run, I think, at the same time as when Genndy was doing his that final season of Samurai Jack. But it was drawn by this guy whose stuff I love. I might have to buy that and review it too. I mean, he's an incredible artist as well. I think he's a British dude. Been following his stuff on Twitter for years. Yeah, but Genndy knows his stuff. And this writer, you know what? Genndy probably wrote it. This is probably the colorist. That's probably the speech bubble dude. This is how ignorant I am. I'm sorry. I read graphic novels. I don't do periodicals generally, but I pop in every once in a while, and when I see something I like, I really like it, and I spend my money there. Like, look at this. It was really number 2. Like, this is a great cover. Very iconic, but it was number 2 that got me. Like, you remember, like, Samurai Jack used to do this all the time. I mean, all of his stuff with cool, you know, like letter silhouetting or that kind of mid-century thing going on, and then like drawing cool like compositions within weird, you know, like cropped in shapes like that. It's funny, I bet you he was a good reason why, you know, like Pixar, they always, I don't know, people treat, I guess like normies treat Pixar like they're always ahead of the game. They're not. Genndy's ahead of the game. Pixar catches up. When they made Incredibles, and then everyone realized, like, oh, I love mid-century modern superhero storytelling, it's because Genndy first got them excited about Powerpuff Girls and other stuff like of that sort. That's my theory, at least. Man, could you imagine Genndy, instead of doing Hotel Transylvania 3, like, could you imagine him doing a Pixar flick? Oh my gosh, I just love these covers. I can't wait to read all 4. Like, look at, dang, Cage got kicked out of his own comic. Can you not like that? Can you not like that? Anyway, so that's my review. Cage #1, my cold take. 3 years late, and I'll be getting to the Star Wars stuff after I'm not sure if I'm gonna run through all 4 of these and then get to Star Wars. I might break it up, but I'll be getting everything I bought. I'll be reviewing this week, but ended on an amazing page, the bankrollers. So anyway, thanks for checking this video out. Please give me a like and a subscribe. I'll be throwing more stuff up soon, and also news regarding my comic Kyrie. I'll be putting that up soon as well. So thanks for checking this out, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.